Folks, we need to discuss mosquitoes. If not just for mosquitoes themselves, as they are one of the only few mobs left to discuss anyways, it will be for their untapped potential in relation to an underused mechanic in this game: electrical damage. Now, how does a bloody buzzing bug even begin to lead us to such a thing? Well, we'll get to that. As for now, let's still make a mob guide out of this video. And of course, if we're highlighting the mob, we need to highlight where to find them. And mosquitoes reside in but a single biome on the map, folks: the hentai-filled wet marshes of the swamp. While we will briefly mention how a mosquito or two may pop out elsewhere, the greatest majority of them will come from purple ponds, and purple ponds are only located here. So prepare yourself, cause the swamp is a dangerous place. And quite frankly, it only gets more dangerous the longer you're in it. And heck, even the mosquitoes themselves can get out of control very quickly. For you see, while I personally do not know just how many mosquitoes a purple pond actually holds, I do know that another will spawn every 30 to 40 seconds, which is quite fast all things considered. While it is true that mosquitoes can only spawn come dusk or night, their fast spawning habits, plus just the potential of a number of nearby ponds, they could prove useful or a challenge. But before we get to handling them ourselves, let us showcase something interesting that I think not many people even know about: a mosquito's potential to explode. Mosquitoes in this game do in fact suck blood, and each time they do so, they grow in size, and after their fourth blood-sucking pinch, they get so big that they literally blow up, dealing 34 damage to anything in the explosion radius. It's neat, but it's certainly something most players won't see happen, I feel. At least not to them. Cause let's face it, mosquitoes are insanely easy to take care of, both through combat and bug catching. And those two methods of handling the things are really the only two methods available, unless of course you get some mob-on-mob violence going on. So it's a good thing that mosquitoes get perma-stunned upon hitting them then. Seriously, just run up to the buggers, holding the attack button, and you will be 100% fine. You're faster than them. But if you do need to dodge and weave, then do it. Because yes, they may be fast, but they ain't that fast as I said. Let them try to sting ya, and then you can just smack them silly. But yes, if for whatever reason you decide to actually capture mosquitoes, then you will be needing a bug net, of course. And if you do go this route, then you will absolutely be wanting to dodge first and then attempt to capture, because while we are faster in hitting them first with weapons, they are faster when we have to swing a net at them. So, make note there. However, let's get to the nitty gritty here. Why go after mosquitoes at all, Beard? Well, for one real reason, with another potentially great reason not yet realized by Clay themselves, both of which derive from mosquito sacks, everyone. A mosquito has a 50% chance to drop a mosquito sack when either murdered at the source or from within your inventory, so make your choice there. And mosquito sacks themselves actually serve a couple interesting purposes, actually: healing and water balloons. While a single mosquito sack may only heal for 8 health, they could still be good enough for some early worlds and beginner players, and perhaps really efficient if you do in fact set up a mosquito farm of some sort. But yes, our main focus here today will be on that of water balloons, their sources, uses, and of course potential in the long run. Now, while it is indeed possible to actually create water balloons via filling up individual mosquito sacks at ponds, as you can see here, the process is incredibly inefficient compared to the water balloon craft itself under the survival tab. 2 mosquito sacks, 1 chunk of ice makes 4 water balloons in total per craft. But what's the purpose in even making water balloons in the first place, Beard? Why waste our time? Well, to be fair, they likely are a waste of your time as things stand now. But still, Water balloons here not only can suppress fires in a small radius when thrown, but will actually prevent whatever has been hit by a balloon from actually catching fire again for half a minute. Not bad. Reap what you sow brought with it new farming mechanics like watering crops, and would ya believe it, water balloons can be used in that too. And I mean, they suck at it, but still, that's fun. And of course, there is the grief potential, something some of you have even pulled on me in the past. And here's the deal. If you yourself get hit by a splash radius from a balloon, you will lose 5 degrees of temperature instantly, as well as gain around 20 wetness per balloon, mind you. So get hit too much, too often, and you could very well be in trouble, as wetness itself also keeps you cool as well. Not great, but is this actually useful to us? Well, yes, but actually no. I mean, you can put yourself out if you're on fire, but sadly, the only things that water balloons can actually make wet in the entire game are other players, Dragonfly, and of course, us. And this is the bigger topic at hand here today, everyone. Because could you imagine how amazing mosquitoes could become if we could actually use water balloons to make any mob in the game wet, in order to then use electrical damage-based weaponry like electric darts or even the Morning Star outside of spring alone, for Pete's sake? That to me sounds awesome. And that is my quality of life update want for 2021, folks. To make electrical damage a potential playstyle. But I digress. Let us wrap up with several last notes here. Obviously, if you are 100% wetness resistant, then water balloons won't get you wet. Duh. However, they will still drop your temperature. So be mindful there. If for whatever reason you lose your trusty slingshot, then you will be needing 2 mosquito sacks to make another one. So don't go bloody losing your trusty slingshot, you dope. It's way better than you think. We can actually feed mosquitoes in our inventories with just about everything and anything edible in the game. Although I'm not entirely sure why you would want to keep them alive in the first place, if I'm honest, but it's still interesting though, as usually mobs like this require specific foods to stay alive in these cases. Now there is a slim, and I mean slim chance to encounter a mosquito when opening up tumbleweeds. But again, a 0.1% chance or even less is not something to concern yourself with. And lastly, Wes joins the fun by being able to craft additional piles of balloons via 4 water balloons themselves. And I don't know why one would choose to do so, as each craft will cause wetness to rise, as you can see. Plus, Wes only needs 1 pile of balloons to begin with. But hear me out. Wes, one day, will rise up with his balloon army and kill us all. I'm telling you, folks, he is the true mastermind behind everything. But there you have it, everyone. Not only a true mob guide on mosquitoes of all things within Don't Starve Together, but a stepping stone of sorts to a much bigger conversation to be had, the potential of electrical damage. Expect a video on that soon, but for now, thanks for watching, well wishes to all, watch your blood, and I'll see ya in the next one. Bye-bye.